Would you ever expect a city with less than 4,000 people to have more than 10 million people visit it per year? For that small mountain city to have ski lifts up the mountains looming over it, bridges between the peaks, and huge museums and aquariums throughout the town? Well, that city exists, and it's called Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Gatlinburg is a small city in eastern Tennessee that I visited a couple summers ago with my family. And it was a very unique experience because they had a ton of things to do there. And it was one of the most diverse places I've ever visited. It was a very great experience, and I wish I could do it again. When I first entered Gatlinburg, the first thing I noticed, obviously, was the town. It's not very big, maybe a couple square miles, but it's really busy and there's constant traffic jams. It's full of different unique stores and restaurants. And there's so many restaurants actually, we ate out every meal, and it was never the same restaurant twice. We were there for a full week. One of my favorite restaurants we went to there was this Brazilian steakhouse, where you'd be sitting at your table, and they'd bring around these huge platters of different cuts of meat, and they were incredible, and it smelled so nice in there. Another one of my favorite restaurants was called Old Red, which is this two-story wooden, rustic cabin kind of feeling restaurant, and they had the most amazing burgers. We also shopped a lot in Gatlinburg, because there's a ton of stores. One of the places I specifically remember that we shopped was this little area just off the street that felt like it was straight out of the Disney movie, because it was just so colorful and there's so many different things, and it felt magical. And there was even a candy shop there where you could watch them make your candy, which was really cool to see. There was also one specific museum I remember. It was called the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, which had a ton of cool things inside of it. It had shrunken heads, which I know sounds weird, but it was cool, trust me. And they had these rooms where it would completely change your perspective, where you'd look really short and stubby, or really tall and lanky. And they had a ton of cool, unique machines and stuff in there that I'd never seen before. All that stuff to do in town, and that wasn't even the real reason we went there. The really big stuff we went to see was just outside of the town. So on either side of the town, there's these ski lifts that go up the mountains on either side. And one of them leads up to this bridge that goes between the peaks of two mountains. They call it the Sky Bridge, which makes a lot of sense because it's 140 feet up in the air, and it's 400 feet long. And there's a glass panel right in the middle of it where you can just look down and it looks like you're standing on nothing. It was made even more scary by the fact that my grandpa thought it would be funny to shake the whole bridge. The other ski lift leads up to this little tourist village called Anakista, which had a couple of tourist shops and stuff. But the big stuff was you could zip line down the mountain through the trees. They had this canopy walk where it was a wooden bridge that goes between the treetops. And they had a huge lookout tower. I think it was the highest point in Gatlinburg. And you could see for miles, the entire mountain range of just lush green mountains, and it was beautiful. The other thing we went to that was really big, and another reason we went there, was the Aquarium. I don't remember what it was called, but it was huge, and it took us a whole day to get through. And before that, we in advance we bought tickets into the penguin enclosure, which the penguins are really chill, except for one, because it bit a toddler. that penguin was scary. So Gatlinburg was just an incredibly unique experience, and there's so many different things to do there. And I loved it. There's just so many, dozens of unique and intriguing restaurants and stores, huge things like the Sky Bridge in Anakista. And I enjoyed things there that I typically wouldn't in any other setting because it just felt so nice there. Gatlinburg was just so incredibly diverse and unique. I wish I could do it all over again.